Oh, look at that. What a shitter. Oh my god. 5 short. Are you joshing me? Do I have anyone who can refill? I don't think I do. I don't. Piss. 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 It's fine, like, we don't need it. It just would have been nice to kill him because that dude's shit. I need to get the Gundam folks need to get some levels on them. They need like an average of 25, I think, between all of them by level 25. Just fucking go for it. If we'd got him, then Talia would recognise the freedom, and this dude was like, "Oh, I'm not cool enough, bye!" But all enemy troops destroyed, and no more seem to be coming. Yeah, so here we go. She recognises the freedom, but she wonders if the pilot is, and then off he goes. And everyone's like, "Good, piss off, don't want to see you again, shitlord." Holland is going to get in touch to confirm that, he's like, "So, you actually called those guys the Ageha squad, right?" The Ageha squad. And then Bright's like, "We've been told that they're an anti-Gecko State special squad." I was like, "You got any other info on them?" And Talia says, "I'll tell you whatever we got, but we should probably do it face to face." And then Holland agrees, but any attempt to capture any of the Gecko State will be answered appropriately. And Talia just says, "Well, your people's safety and freedom are assured." But Holland's like, "Yeah, I know how the military do things." And in the lounge, the living room, the shit kid's like, "Oh, we made that fight happen. Oh, what are we gonna do? We're so stupid and shit." Mater on the right there is scared, and Link there on the left wonders if Mama's gonna kick him out. And then Renner's like, "There you are." And they're like, "Hey, Puka, what's gonna happen to us?" And then Renner says, "Are you sure you don't know what you should do at times like this?" And then Maurice figures it out and he's like, "We should apologize." So they say sorry, and then Renton's like, "Well, that's that then." They're like, "Are you gonna tell Holland?" And he's like, "Holland already thinks it was my fault, so, you know." And Mater is surprised, and it's like, "You're just a puker." And he's like, "You were just trying to help Eureka when you did it, and it reminds me of me as a kid. Stupid." But, no, he says it reminded him as a kid trying to help his grandpa and making things worse. But he's not going to protect him twice. Next time, they need to talk to him or Eureka before doing something that stupid. And with that, he says, "Now go say sorry to Eureka too." And they're like, "Sure thing." But they continue to call him Puka non-stop. So Renton's like, "Another deed well done." And then Talia is like, "Get that smug look off your face, asshole, shooting missiles." But no, she is listening again. He's like, "Were you gonna bribe them kids to try to win Eureka over?" And he's like, "No, what?" He's like, "I just saw myself in them, in what they were doing. And I'd get told off by my grandpa and his sister. They also forgave me, so, you know." And he knows what happened today put everyone's lives in danger, but... And then Talia's like, alright, I understand. Just stop babbling. He says, but you still owe me from before the battle. So what should I have you do? And Ren's like, oh, I'm fucked. What's on her face? She's got a little tattoo. Like a fleur-de-lis clubby clovery thing. I don't know. So here's Talia, and she's just finished telling Holland about everything we know. And she's like, so this is the leader of the Gecko State. And she's read intel from Zafton that Leben, that not only is he a lifting champion, he's also an ace pilot for a military special forces unit, and he left the military and formed the Gecko State as an anti-government thing. But with that done, Arthur wants us to move on to our question to ask him. He's like, so Holland, what do you know about the Summer of Love and Adrock Thurston? And Holland's like, why don't you look it up on the internet? The world's truth goes back and forth there, right? Especially after all the trouble it took the feds to set it up. And Tyler's like, no, I want more info on that. Like what the Gecko State was doing in Belforest. And what you know about the Seven Swell. And Holland says that Adrock Thurston, who's Renton's dad, was his master. So he went to Belforest to visit his grave. And Talia says that she's well aware that the Adrock's family lives in that town and knows how his son has joined the Gecko State. And Holland's just like, the stupid kid ran away from home and he just ended up with us. Pure coincidence. And Talia just sighs and then says, right, I'll change the subject, whatever. Why were the military after you? Anti-government activities don't seem like the only reason the feds would create a special squad to take you out. Like, that seems a bit much for that, right? And then Holland just says, I think they're out to save face. And we stole the Gekko-Go and the Nerve Ash. Arthur has been told that the Nerve Ash is the original LFO. And Holland says that the Federation probably aren't happy to have people like the Gecko State using it. And then Talia's like, you know more than you're letting on, but it's pointless to continue this conversation. So Holland's like, alright, bye. But she says, one more question. Yeah, so he has one more question for you, Liz. Who's running the Ageha unit? And she says, Dewey Novak. And Holland's like, oh, he's finally showing up, huh? So Arthur then tells him to wait, saying that Zaft's trying to protect the Gecko State, and if they're going to fight the feds, shouldn't they cooperate with each other? And Holland's like, nah. Whether it's Zaft or the Federation, don't trust the military. And they'll team up with people if it's to their benefit, but that doesn't mean it'll be someone's pet dog. And Tyler's like, pet dog you say? Well, how about this then? Can you do a delivery for me? And then he does a little smile and he's like, sure. Because the reward is going to be considerable. And then Tyler's like, right then, let's talk business. Meanwhile, Luna Maria and Camille tell everyone that Zaft and AUG's next mission will be in Orb. And Shinnin like, oh, fucking Orb! And our original plan was to head to Orb after passing by Trinity City, but details have changed. The Freedom and the Super Robots are going to be taking care of some other business, so he's splitting off for a bit. Emma has heard about Orb. They're the nation that refused to join the new Federation. And Rikoa, on the right there, knows that the country existed in Luna Maria's previous world. She says, yeah, there was a pretty famous battle there. And Brunum says it's where a mob of Federation Radam and Evoluder's got the second biggest smackdown of their lives. But that was W. But Camille then says, what do you mean? She says, yeah, it was like one of the biggest battles of the war that happened back then. The nation declared itself neutral and refused to follow the Earth Alliance. And they came down on it and suppressed them by force. And then the player's like, seems like that happens all the fucking time. And then she's like, happens all the time? Maybe so, but that's not something any human can ever forget. And then Ramona's like, what's your fucking problem? Holy shit. And Shin's like, I was in Orb during the battle. No. And he runs off. And then Kuna's like, Shin. And Ray's like, leave it, Kuna, he's fine. He just needs to be alone to cool his head, because he's got problems. And then Luna Maria says it's her fault. She got so excited at the Freedom's reappearance that she didn't consider Shin's feelings. Emma says that it says, so Freedom, is that a Gundam? And he's like, yep, created by the plants during the war 2 years ago. As for why it's on Earth, now it was stolen from Zaft and ended up joining a third power in the war and eventually put an end to the fight. And that third power was centered in Orb, which is how Rakoa and explains to Rakoa why Tali wanted to get to Orb so quick, because we're chasing it. Ray says that the nation has rapidly rebuilt itself over the last 2 years and currently has more power than ever before. Camille wonders if Dorandal plans on striking a deal with Orb to fight the new Federation, but Roberto is mostly impressed with the amazing skill of the Gundam's pilot. If the Freedom's pilot is the same one from 2 years ago, then Ray knows who it is. Kira Yamato. He was called the strongest coordinator. And Luna Maria says, not just that, I remember his partner in battle. He was aboard the Minerva previously. It's Alex Dino, aka Athrin Zala. Then I was like, Alex, that's the bodyguard of the Orb Princess, right? Like, yep. After the Break the World incident, they both returned to Orb, so maybe we'll meet them again when we get there. And then Camille internally is like, Orb, the country where Shin was born and raised. Still, it's that same Orb that he hates from the bottom of his heart. We're going to that country? And then Ray, Shin. Plant is a dumb name for anything that's not a plant. Well, I don't know, I mean... it's manufacturing plants. I think it's that outrageous. I mean... you know. But anyway, back at the Gekko's shit store, civilian team are getting a tour of the famous ship, and Matthew says though it was originally a military ship, they'd done a lot of remodeling. And then Holland's gonna come in somewhere? Oh, anyway, whatever. Holland's finished talking to Zaft, and the Minerva and Agama have left for Orb. That means the Gecko State has been hired to transport the Super Ropes to Trinity City. And Julie thinks that the real reason behind this is to keep tabs on the Gecko State. Stoner and Hap think that despite their jackal trades business, transporting super robots to a floating city in the middle of the Pacific Ocean is a pretty surprising job. And Luna from Gravion is impressed with the ship, and it's even got a shop inside. And Renton is currently manning the shop, and he greets everybody with a "Welcome to the shop." Moondoggy, here on the right, asks what he's doing, and he's like, I'm shop's manager for the day. It's my punishment for shooting the missiles. And then Holland says, still, Talo thinks it beats having to polish the Gecko's exterior, so he should be a bit happier. And then Renton's like, yeah, sure. You're right. And it's like, well, I think you might think otherwise. But then Matthew comes in and is like, yo, Renton, pizza, 3 minutes. And then he's like, okay, sure, I'll have some cola. Toga, you want one? And Toga's like, hell yeah, thanks. Wait, what's a cola? Kirakan will have some hot dogs. In fact, he will have 10 hot dogs. And Renton's like, whoa, hey, Moondoggy, can you lend me a hand? Please, I can't handle that. And he's like, too bad. Your job, your responsibility. And then Toga's like, now, Renton. That's a lie. It's just bitter. Quoting his stupid thing he said earlier. He's like, "Bleh!" And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, just a magic spell of mine I've been working on, don't worry about it. And then Gidget on the left here points out that they didn't have anybody suitable to handle the store before Renton came along. And he's like, oh, brilliant. Yay, I'm glad I'm the best. And then AG says, you the guy who was apologizing like crazy in the fight? Yeah, you the idiot, Baka. You the stupid idiot who was apologizing. And then Luna, it's like, I can't believe you managed to stop the battle with your confession. Like, super cool. And Aina is also like, hell yeah, what's your name? He's like, Renton. And then Link's like, Puka's making the weird face again. and Maida is disgusted by his indecent behaviour. Eureka is also staring, and then it's like, it's not like that, Eureka, it's not like that, it's a misunderstanding. And then Loon said, I think he's actually very easy to understand. And AG is like, yeah, that's fine, he reminds me of someone. And he says it was someone on board the Frieden who's at his most energetic when he's close to the girl he likes. Setsuko says that she thinks the job suits Renton well, especially for a newcomer. And then Renton starts doing the thing again, and Toby is like, yo, staring with those puppy dog eyes ain't gonna do you much good, cause I'm Setsuko's partner here. He's like, wait, who the heck are you? And they trade introductions. He's a member of the Glory Stars, he's Toby Watson. And Setsuko says, he's the one I was looking for. And then Ren's like, damn, Setsuko's looking happier than the last time we saw each other. Like this is Eureka 7 at its best. Renton being a huge goofball getting shit on. And then and then the kid's like, he's making this weird face again. And it's like, yeah, you fucking sicko. I mean, and then Eureka's like, wow, Renton, you really are weird. He's like, what? And then Toby's like, I'm glad this kid's got energy. Setsuko wishes Renton good luck, because we'll be working together at least until Trinity City. And then Renton internally to his sister is like, man, I felt like I could help everybody a bit today, but 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, and a long way to go from it, knowledge as an adult. Wow. Fucking garbage life. If he'd had Setsuko fought Holland in the last stage, she'd be like, his movements are too irregular for me to keep up with. And Toby would tell them they need to mess with his rhythm. And she'd go, roger that, Toby. And Quattro, his movements, they appear chaotic, but every action is precisely calculated. And God Sigma, he's flying all over the place, can't get a beat on him. What's wrong, fat ass? I'm over here. Jeez. Oh wow. And then Holland is extremely rude to Rand. But let's end that.